Hey, what's up guys? This is Jason again. Today I'm going to make cheesesteak. When we go to Philadelphia, eating Philly cheesesteak is one of the must thing to do. If you crave some quality and tasty Philly cheesesteak, you're at the right place today. Not only I'm going to make Philly cheesesteak, but also make Korean cheesesteak, also known as Bulgogi cheesesteak. For amazing cheesesteak, we don't want this, we want this. Again, it's super easy to make, it just takes time. Let's begin. 600 grams of flour, 10 grams of instant dry yeast, 30 grams of sugar, 350 grams of water, 10 grams of salt, and 40 grams of butter. Once everything is in a bowl, start mixing. Once the water is absorbed into the dry, move on to the work surface and start kneading until the surface of the dough is elastic. As I mentioned before, smashing your dough onto the work surface is a great way to develop gluten. This is not a wet dough, so it's going to be a lot easier to work with. When it's done, shape into a tight bowl by locking the bottom of the dough. Place the dough in a lightly dusted bowl or other container. Cover with plastic wrap and let it rise for 1 to 3 hours, or until it is double or triple in size. Turn the dough out onto the work surface and divide into 4 and pre-shape into a rectangular shape. Cover with plastic wrap or bowl again and let it rest for 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, punch the dough to make sure there's no big air bubbles. We don't want any big air pockets when it's baked. It doesn't have to be perfect. When it looks good, roll the pieces into a cylinder shape and extend until they are about 8 to 10 inches long. Seam side down, place them on a baking pan. And again punch it down, shape into a cylinder, and extend to 8 to 10 inches long. Cover with plastic wrap and proof for about an hour, or until it's doubled in size. While it's rising, turn the oven on at 375 degrees. Right before going into the oven, score using a blade. Doing so will give a nice relaxed open. Once it's proofed, bake at 375 degrees for 25 to 30 minutes or until it is golden brown. It looks and tastes a lot better than the store-bought ones. However, if you don't have time, store-bought ones are good too, but not great. Now let's prepare our fillings. So I used New York steak here. Ribeyes, short ribs, any fatty cut of beef will work excellent for cheesesteak. As long as it has nice marbles and some fat, it should be good. So we have to slice the beef really thin. So just put it in the freezer for about an hour and it's going to be a lot easier to work with. Using sliced beef would be wonderful too, and they are easily found at any Korean grocery markets. If there's a big chunk of fat or silver skin, we don't want them in our cheesesteaks, just trim them out. And for the slicing part, just cut as thin as possible. For bulgogi marinade, per pound of beef, we are going to use 2 tablespoons of sugar, 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, 3 tablespoons of soy sauce, 1 teaspoon of sesame oil, half onion, sliced, and 4 cloves of garlic, about 1 tablespoon. Mix them well and marinate for at least 30 minutes. For Philly cheesesteak, just season the beef with salt and pepper heavily. When the pan is smoking hot, drop the meat. We want to cook until it's about to burn, but not burned. When it's at that stage, reduce the heat and place cheese on top. I used American cheese and provolone cheese. American cheese works great. Use whatever cheese you have. It should work as long as it melts. When it's melted, turn off the heat. And do the same process for Philly cheesesteak. When it's halfway cooked, add onions and continue cooking until it's crispy. And now it's time to assemble. Slice the middle of the bread, but not all the way. Spread mayonnaise. You gotta be really generous with mayo. And just a little bit of ketchup. Finally, shove all the good things in. They are equally awesome, but you really gotta try Bulgogi cheesesteak. It is just another level. And if you want stronger flavor, add more soy sauce, sugar, and sesame oil. Enjoy, and thanks for watching.